Now, one thing to note is like, especially when you're starting up and you've just pulled through all your information, whether you entered it manually or you've actually come through like a extraction guide that we send or uploaded a data upload sheet. What will happen is you'll be able to quickly come here to CCS weekly attendance fee and see which children still have or do not have any enrollment IDs. Now you can run the enrollment IDs with so children without enrollment IDs as a report by itself, and it will only focus on children without enrollment IDs. Or you can run all your children and see ones with enrollment IDs in brackets and ones without enrollment IDs in other brackets. Okay, so you can see all of that as well. If I have 2 seconds, I might be able to show you a quick photo. Oh yeah, it went all the way to the top. I couldn't find it. Basically, you'll be able to see children with no enrollment IDs, and they'll be clearly displayed like this. Okay, and then so this is a view of all my children, and any child you can kind of see here will have their enrollment ID in a bracket. Okay, so you can run that report and check. Okay, now the other thing you do, especially when transitioning, is actually get all your enrollment IDs from the database itself, and we have a guide on how to do that. Basically, you go to the enrollment details, click a button, and it all comes through. Okay, and you'll be able to run this report with children without enrollment IDs to find out who still doesn't have an enrollment ID. There might be some cross-referencing you need to do. Check your children in owner, check your children in the database to make sure, for example, Jack Simmons, that was one child which even after he pressed the button didn't come through. So you can check the database to see if Jack Simmons does have an enrollment. And then if they do, you can copy and paste it on their profile as well. Okay. If you're looking at this at a later stage, where like after the initial transfer, children without enrollment IDs generally mean that you haven't created one for them. So just go through the steps and create one. Okay, and then basically that will allow you to submit the sessions. One thing to note is once the enrollment ID has been created, you can submit the sessions for them, and depending on how fast that becomes confirmed, will determine on when the CCS will be paid and backdated. Okay. However, even if it's still not confirmed just yet, you can still submit the sessions in the meantime.